Hi, all. Thank you so much for being a lovely audience. And I really appreciate all your support so far. And today I'm gonna move ahead. And before I cover more topics to cloud computing, I thought to utilize our cloud resources to make you aware of how we can utilize them to work for some more data analysis part, some more machine learning part, AI. You must have heard of these words, and these are not the buzzwords for this video, but these are the ones I'm going to show you the practical on how you can make the utilize before I move ahead with more services um, that is integrated uh, for purpose of AI and ML. um, I would like to show you some demonstration on AI and ML part. Considering, I am assuming that you are aware of, if you're watching this video, you are aware of what AI and ML is. If you're not, I have the link in the description of this video. You can go through the description or the handwritten notes you can download from that link to understand what AI and ML is. What are some basic concepts? I'm not gonna ask you to deep dive into it, but just to be aware of uh, before you work on these stuff. How what are the algorithms we have behind the scenes, and what is supervised learning, unsupervised learning? What do you mean by neural networks? How neural networks uh, works? How it is structured? How we can make use of several algorithms we have for ML purpose, and like logistic regression, linear regression. These are the things that you must have heard, or if not, then just go through it. If you feel bored going through the articles and all, just go through those handwritten notes. That's crisp and short. I have already written it in with my handwriting, so you can go through them. That's crisp and short, and you'll be able to catch at least the basics of it. I'm not uh, asking you to go through my notes to be an expert, but just to get the basics out of it. Okay, so let's start. We have two machines. One is for the purpose of AI project, and another one is the purpose of ML project. These are very short project, and that's the reason I have chosen EC2. Otherwise, I would have chosen um, other services more relevant to these the purpose of AI ML. But for now, I'll use EC2 just to show you how AI, how you can play with the the smart things these days. So just to start with this particular one, and in my next video I'll cover the other another one. Although I have already provisioned both of them because I'm gonna record it back to back. I'm sorry. All right, so I have logged into this instance. It's right here. Okay, perfect. I have some commands already written for both of them. So these are the commands I'm gonna run, but I don't have to run like this. I'll have to first create some, script files, which already I have written it somewhere in my laptop, and I'll copy those things to my Linux machine. So let's first create a directory into the machine. For that, first I'll go ahead and it logged out on me. So just a second, let me restart the session. I'll do sudo su. I'll say clear. Okay, I'm now into root, and let's make the directory for AI meal plan is our project. Okay, AI meal plan. Let's enter. I'm gonna get into this project. All right, perfect. Now what I'll do is I have I'm using this particular file. I've already logged in. I'm using WinSCP. It's the software through which you can connect EC2 instance Linux, and you can drag from local to this machine, or else you can use Git commands git push. You can store your files on git, and then and these are the files. Uh, I'll make a zip out of it, compressed file, and will upload it to the link, like I mentioned in the description. I have already saved there, so just go through it. For now, I'm going to use this here, and I'll copy this here. So it says software connection about. Oh, it's okay. I think it's idle for long. Let's drag it, and it's copied. Okay. So just to make sure whether it's copied or not, what we'll do, we'll exit out of it because that is copied to EC2 user, not the root user. See, home EC2 user. So let's go back to machine and say exit. Now we are into EC2 ls, and we have the files here. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and again go back to root. What I'll say is uh, cd AI meal plan. I'm into that directory. I'll say move that file from home ec2 hyphen user. It should be like this, and then I'll say star because I like to copy everything that we have in ec2 user home directory. I'll say this, I'll do ls. Now I have it here. Okay, so that's great. And now what I'll do, I have some commands here. So the reason I already have written these files, it has the code, it has the csv, it has the um, requirements.txt. So let me walk you through first, just to make you aware what these are. So this is the main file that we would run to to have the page served. So this is what it's gonna do. And the next file is the requirement file. These are the prerequisites, you can say. You should have these dependencies installed, right? And there is another one that is called recipes.csv. So this recipe is nothing but the kind of pattern we have saved, so that whenever on the page, whenever we input something on the basis of this particular csv, it picks up the value and show it to you. So suppose if you have tomato, pasta, garlic, if you give this input, it will ask you for the suggestion. As a suggestion, meal suggestion, it will give you tomato pasta. So if you have water, if you have spice mix, it will give you maggi masala. Like that, I have already prepared a list. You can edit it, you can customize it, and you can have so as many as list of items you can. Okay, so let's go back to our previous stuff. Let's clear it out. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll run few commands. Python env, and I'll say, I'm sorry, I'll go here because I'm into root, so I don't have to uh, do the sudo. So I'm going to create a virtual environment. Okay, so I'm gonna activate now that environment. Okay, it is activated. It says env here. Now let's move on to our next command. I'm going to install whatever the prerequisites are listed in the requirements.txt. As I said, it's downloading whatever the prerequisites are. So it has the dependencies and the sub dependencies in it. Meanwhile, it is installing. Let's move on to the next command, which is the final command that would run the app. And there are two things you need to make sure. First, your EC2 machine should be of the size that can support your AI and ML stuff. Because when you, for this particular AI model which I am currently showing, you can have smaller size, but if you like to train the model, you'll have to have the ML machine, because that might take long. I'm not going to cover anything that uh, downloads TensorFlow or something like that, because that takes a huge. But training a model would also take some space. So whenever you're working on any project, make sure of the instance size that should be of the greater one, not the free tier would not work for sure. But if you choose the lowest configuration, that will also not work. So make sure you have the good configuration in place. Second thing is when you install this. Okay, this is not the error, so this is just a warning. Okay, so we can ignore it for now. Now let's move on to the final command before I ask you. Okay, I forgot to tell you. So 8501 is the port I have used. So that should also be open in our security group. I have opened it for all because I'm working on the it's not the enterprise environment, it's a personal environment. So I have opened it for all, but you should not do it if you are working on the enterprise level. So 8501 is the port I have opened up for all traffic, right? For the internet, I mean, and this is the TCP protocol. So, and that's where I'm going to run my app. So let's now run app.py, which is the main file that if gets executed, that means you would have the web page served. So I'm going to go here again and say enter. Okay, now it's asking me to visit any of the URLs. Localhost, network URL, this is a private IP, and all has the 8501 uh, port, because our app is listening to that port. An external one, external URL is this. And since we are on the public network, so we'll copy this, we'll refer this one and open it up on the next tab in the browser. If I paste it, okay, now I have something. What should I eat? So basically what it is saying, if you have tomato, onion and garlic, these are the meal suggestions based on our input, and it shows the suggestions as an output. This is the input, this is the output. However, we have not trained this model, so this falls under your unsupervised model, unsupervised learning. So if you go through this study of AIML, you would come to know what unsupervised and supervised means. So in the next model, I'll train the model as well. So that would be based on the supervised learning, and that falls under the ML project, machine learning, because we are asking the machine to learn it, and we are going to train it, and based on our input, our output would be on the display. So if I change this, for an example, I have made it blank, everything disappeared. Now if I say I have onion, I have paneer. Okay. Now, if I hit enter, it says if you already have paneer, if you have already have onion, so these are the based on onion you can prepare omelette. Okay. If you have paneer, so paneer chili is the add-on. Shakshuka is another dish you can add. You can customize the CSV that I have made uh, based on whatever you said. So whatever ingredients you have, you just give the input, and your output would be the meal ideas based on what we have defined in our CSV. But this is not a trained one, right? So this is what I wanted to cover for this particular video. This is a small sample project. You can also copy those files from the link and try it on your own machine. You would come to know how magical it is, and you can have more enhanced versions of this. Now I'll twist it, twist something within this model only. I'll twist something, and that would be called as train model, and that would have some different page, but some relevant to this one. So that's all for this particular video. Thank you for watching, but make sure you watch the next video for sure if you are watching this. Thanks.